would you please join us in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. The meeting will please come to order. We have approved the posting with, in accordance with the chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. Members of the public who wish to speak shall have 5 minutes to address the court regarding matters not appearing on the agenda or not an item on the agenda. The Commissioners Court may not deliberate or take action on any item that's not posted. Any discussion of the subject must be limited to providing specific factual information, and you shall have 5 minutes. We have anybody from the public that would like to speak? Yes, sir, Mr. Morgan.
Morning, Commissioners. I'll give you a handout here talking about vibroacoustic disease. I made this up some time ago. It's still appropriate because we're getting worse and worse here in Freestone County with respect to this issue. It's a whole body pathology that our doctors don't recognize because they haven't been trained in it. I did write a letter to the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, and they responded back with a package this thick saying, we would like your comments on these studies. And I contacted Dr. So-and-so, so I did that. And so they are aware of this problem. But we are still having a problem getting worse here. From my house down to a big processing plant. That plant is now shut down for 10 years because they didn't follow the permit. And I brought it to the attention of the EPA and the national state offices in Austin. And they just had to take the standard federal permit, and they didn't want to operate that way, so they shut the plant down. Shut it down from your daddy's house. So that's why that area was not a problem. But today, it is a problem. Apparently, there's another compressor station somewhere down 1848 because the noise at my house, I went down that direction 2 miles, and but right down there close to where Roy Hagan lives was a problem. Loud noise. And so I'm not surprised that he's in the hospital with a mini stroke. I've had a mini stroke from this stuff also. So it's becoming more common in this county. Now I anticipate lots of problems across Texas because there are 27 counties in Texas with more than 1,000 gas wells. Freestone County is number 8 in number of gas wells at 3,058. People don't know that. But I've done the research over the years. I've been studying this stuff for the past 10 years and getting data such as we have here from around the world. Australia, Canada, Japan, these two countries, Portugal. Portugal was the prime person that did the studies on this type of stuff for the past 50 years. So they know more than anybody else in this world about the low frequency noise. And that's who I've gotten my data from, and got names of 2 doctors from them in the United States. 2 doctors in the whole United States that know anything about this stuff. So it's a major issue. It's not being addressed anywhere. Now, I've written a letter to our governor after he signed the House Bill 1818. I said, we need to delete State Attorney General's comments about oil and gas can put out all the noise they want to. That's baloney. That's not what House Bill 1818 says. It says you will do some things, Railroad Commission, to protect our people. That's not being implemented in the state of Texas. But I'm still working on it, still writing letters to the governor and NIOSH and those folks. And I sent a letter to the 27 counties that have more than 1,000 gas wells. I sent a letter to each county commissioner they're not getting what I sent. I'm getting a deal back that says they got it, but he's not getting it. Somehow their office is throwing it in the trash or putting it down in the back of the file or something, because they're not getting it. And I called some of these county commissioners, and they never heard of this. So we still got to keep fighting this battle, because Freestone County is number 8 in number of gas wells at 3,058. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now go to budget item number 1, which is the agenda item number 1, which is approve the minutes of the May 18th, 22 regular meeting.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. We go to budget transfers and amendments. I've been waiting on you.
That's why I sprinted.
Make a motion to approve the budget transfer amendment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the budget transfers amendment. All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Approve and pay bills.
I'll make a motion to approve and pay bills.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve and pay bills. All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Item number 4 is to approve the payroll. got a copy that we signed. You got a copy that we signed?
I gave it to
I
you
have
tonight.
You have it?
Uh-huh.
Any questions with the payroll? I'll make a motion with
Approve payroll.
I'll second.
motion to second approve the payroll, all in favor, aye. Motion passed. We will now go to reports. Report senior services, Justice of the Peace, County Clerk, District Clerk. Anybody have any reports? We didn't have any in the folder, we couldn't find any, so I'm assuming there's not any reports at this time. Okay, so we'll go with item number 6, burn ban.
I didn't get any calls from,
Leave it, no action.
No action.
Okay. Item number 7, special road use agreements, contracts, permits, bonds, and consider notification of telephone construction.
I got a bond from Liberty Mutual, County Road 521, 534, continuing. If I read it right. $25,000.
So that's a motion to,
what company did it put in?
The surety bond certified that the bonds continue in full force until the 14th day of June 2023.
Is it a pipeline company?
Scrap Petroleum,
Scrap.
how much is the bond for?
25.
Most of the town will put more than that, I know. I
I
mean, it's up to you.
It's still in force. We'll leave it alone.
Is that good with you?
Yep.
Okay. So we have a motion to approve that? Is that your motion to approve?
I'll second.
I don't know if it needs approving, but it's still in force.
Accept it anyway.
I got a call from, Mammoth Energy Transfer out of Oklahoma, wanting us to release a bond, County Road 946. The time that the bond was issued, which was, 2009, that, where the pipeline crosses the road, was in precinct 3. And so now it's, looking at the map, it's right there between you and Clyde. But Clyde has called Mr. Sneed, talked to him, and there's still a lot of activity down the road. And if that's the case, if they're gonna be using the road more now than they were, I don't see any reason to release it. It's a $100,000 bond.
Yeah. So it's what, I make a motion, we don't release it.
Second.
Aye. Any others? Go to the next item, is number 8, is approved bonds and education certificates of county officials and employees. And I have some county certification of course completion for the 2021-22 cyber awareness training, and I have one for Kathy Connor. I have one for Teresa Black, Sherry Hendricks, Tanya Jenkins, and too good with this name, AKEWA, Timon. That's why I didn't do good reading. And Yolanda Pounce. Those cyber things that we have to do. So we have a motion to approve those education certificates.
Make that motion.
Second. We have a second. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Okay, we're gonna approve or discuss the membership with the HGAC Board. Ms. Karen? Okay.
This is, we just need to, I guess, approve it for grant works for the American Rescue Funds. They say that particular buy board, it follows and is compliant with the 2 CFR 200, which is required in the with the American Rescue Funds. And I think they said that it's the best one that they have found for ambulances. They have gotten good, some good stuff back. So we just need to get that approved in a minute so that we can start our process there.
Is that a yearly fee for that membership?
No, most of them aren't even a yearly fee. They're just, we just have to fill out an application and just be a member of it.
So we just need to vote to make a motion to approve membership with the HGAC.
That's correct.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion to second, all in favor, aye. Motion passed. Number 10 is the Freestone Central Appraisal District 2022 operating budget and annual finance report. And that is item number 10. So assuming that we have a copy of that, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it or whatever.
Yes, everyone should have a copy.
Ma'am?
Everyone should have a copy in their binder.
My notes are just renew it and take no action today, so you'll have time to look through it. So we will just make a motion to put it on the agenda to somebody at the next meeting or sometime.
Sure.
Number 11. TACH Health and Employee Benefits Pool renewal rates for fiscal year 23. Marketplace. But anyway, Jeannie, I think you have something on that?
So, the TAC renewal for the employees' health insurance has come up for renewal. We participate in the marketplace, which is, it's called the private exchange. It's 5. There's 10 insurance tiers that we can participate in, and we participate in 5 of those. 2 of them are HSAs, and the other 3 are not the HSAs, and that's what our employees currently have. I've not heard any bad feedback about. As far as I know, they like having the choice of the 5, and the rates have went up again this year, and so right now the county currently puts $850 towards that for the employees' premiums. Because it's going up, if the Commissioners Court would still like to pay the employees full premium for the 1500 plan, which is the middle one, and which is what most of our employees are in, and the dental for employee only, right now, which is what they cover with the $850, it would go to $895.76, and then the county also pays $612 life insurance on top of that for each employee. So the total, if you paid for employee only for the 1500 and employee only dental and the $612 would be $901.88. So in the past, we kind of went to a rounded number, but however y'all choose.
So it's going to cost us $51.88 per employee per month.
Or, I don't have that figure.
We were at $850 and we went to $901.88. But that's per employee per month, correct?
If you go to the 901.88, yes.
And that's what that's just strictly because they're doing a 5.9% increase for 2022.
2023 one, I think, is a 5.7, I think.
How many employees participate? I'm just
So,
curious what that number is.
so right now, I think we have about 94 that participate, because we do have some that have opted out.
So it's about $60,000 a year to the county.
And that renews in October is when the insurance will, go up, so it'll be October.
Well, as I look back on our insurance, it's, from 18 to 22, our insurance has increased 18.5%. And we've always had insurance since I've been here, I think, with them. But I personally think what we need to do is see if we can negotiate with them, just have the judge write a letter saying that we would be willing to go up some, but not the whole 5.9. That's just my feelings, and I'm just saying what I think. And if not, then maybe we want to shop around and try to find some better insurance. I mean, we may be able to, and we may not. I'm not sure, but I think we should sure try to do what we can do to help the taxpayers. I mean, we pay that money to the employees, and I don't want to put that burden on the employees to have to pay that extra money. So I would like to see us.
Let's see what they can do, or if they shop it.
Right.
And see what, how long we've been with this bunch?
For a long 20 years that I know of. But I mean, in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they've gone up 18%. 18.6%, that's a pretty big increase.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, I'm maybe speaking out of turn, but I'm sure that there was, you know, with all the COVID and stuff like that, but I would have thought that they would have got reimbursed. I mean, the insurance company would have got reimbursed or something.
So.
Would the Commissioners Court like me to invite the person over our area to come to the Commissioners Court and speak with y'all?
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Would y'all like me to invite the person over our area over this to come speak at the next Commissioners Court? Would y'all like them here to ask questions?
Just think we'll get the judge to write a letter to the tax person that's in charge of it, to the head of the insurance company, and tell them. In fact, I mean, I'll make that motion that we let the, we give her to send the letter.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Number 12, TAC RMP Safety Equipment Program. Sure, ma'am, is this yours?
It's actually y'all's.
It's the money that we get from the,
From TAC. They do this every year, and the sheriff gets a portion of it, and then y'all get a portion of it. And y'all's portion this year is gonna be $1,126. And so normally what y'all have done in the past, because it's little divided up between y'all, you usually give it to the sheriff, but he goes in the store and he purchases his amount, and then he'll purchase. But if y'all wanna do something different, you're welcome.
Make a motion to give the chairman to the sheriff.
Second.
all in favor, aye? Motion passed.
In the past, we bought medication and stuff like that, things needed in the jail, but it doesn't come out of our budget. It's things we need, we just don't have to take it out of our budget.
If that money's not earmarked for any specific thing, then use it however they want to.
Yeah,
Whatever's in the
they
store.
have, right, they have items that are pre-selected, the only items we can choose from. Thank you.
Sir, thank you. We have an order prohibiting certain fireworks in unincorporated areas of Freestone County.
What is certain fireworks for every day? What is that?
Not just, it's that people can use fireworks, they can sell fireworks, use them out in the county and all that. Andy always has this up to snuff on this, up to speed on this, and always.
Big pop.
Okay, so I guess there'll be no action, they can do it. Judicial endorsement by Stone CSA from Brazos County. So that has to do, Brian, do you read?
I'm not super familiar with it, but Judge, I spoke with Judge yesterday, you know, kind of in preparation for this, and my understanding is that our CASA right now, is it through Brazos County?
Uh-huh.
And I think there's a movement potentially to try to get that back with just Freestone, Limestone, maybe Leon. That's one thing that me and Judge didn't know is how many counties. But I don't know the foundation of why that's being done. But I just think that my understanding is it would be more local and like anything else, and kind of maybe impact this county a little bit more than what's being done right now with kind of a bigger area and money and time and effort going somewhere else. That's my extent of knowledge on what's going on.
Now, as I read this down here, it says Freestone, is it Leon being there?
Well, that's one thing we didn't know, and that makes sense. That's just Freestone and
I
Limestone.
was just aware of the two counties.
Okay, perfect. She had mentioned she didn't know whether Leon was involved or not, and I didn't know, but that makes a lot more sense that most of our stuff, as y'all know, is Freestone and Limestone County.
And I think in this, which it kind of goes into number 15, a little bit, because I think that doing this with these two counties, they're going to need some, like a space, like a little office space for whoever will be over Freestone County is going to need a small office, is what I understood.
Thank you for bringing that up. Judge brought that up as well. Now, she didn't go into what solutions y'all would be looking at, but she said something about trying to find some office space and that they would need an office or something along those lines to be housed. So yes, I know that's going to come into play.
I think the question was there a place in the Accuracy building that's currently being used for similar situations?
Absolutely. I think that's something that we can discuss with our advocacy program to see what space they use in there, what they don't. Not saying one way or another how that's going to work itself out, but it definitely can be a conversation to see what we have going on over there. Is anybody else involved in CASA? Or, okay. Just want to make sure they probably, if somebody here was involved specifically with that group, they might know a little bit more than me. Again, little I know about it sounds like a good change without knowing all the details on it.
I think there's 7 counties involved in Brazos County also. So if we're going to bring it down to 2, would keep a lot of stuff more local here.
Exactly. I think it's a big benefit to kids in our community.
And I think we do have room down there. We got those mobile trailers down there where the advocacy center goes, and then we have 2 more also.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can work something out.
absolutely.
We have ran internet and stuff down there. We did that when we expanded to precinct 3 barn.
Yeah. Kind of maybe in anticipation of potentially something like this happening, so.
So we did, I guess we did.
Make a motion that we endorse the Firestone CASA.
Motion and a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Motion carries. I guess number 15 is to approve the Advocacy Center protocol. And I'm assuming we tied those two together.
Yeah, and so the advocacy center, or really, we have meetings, we have monthly meetings, and in fact, right now, the legislature's passed a adult sexual assault victim meeting group that would go to the COG in Waco to do. So essentially, all that's being said that we need to approve the protocols every year. This is a renewal of the protocols of how that advocacy center functions and that advocacy group functions here in Freestone County. It's the same language as before, and we probably just be doing this every year. So not to go into the details of it, but nothing is looking to change on how they function here in Freestone County.
So you approve of it?
Yes. Yes.
And it's like a memorandum between the
Yeah.
agencies that we can use, to come over and help us, assist us.
motion, we approve the Children's Advocacy Center protocol.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, aye? Motion passed. Accept a $500 donation from Community National Bank for senior services.
I shall make that motion.
I'll say.
Motion second. Is there anything we need to do, Karen, about putting that in the budget or whatever?
I'll do that next court. We'll certify it and amend the budget for her.
So we'll be certified next time in the budget.
Uh-huh.
Well, we got a special guest, a couple special guests on the back row back there.
Special gift.
Donald, tell him, and is with he's a Freestone County Agent Service mid-year update. He's gonna give us an update, and he's fixing to talk, and he likes to talk.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate being referred to as special guest. Sometimes it's not, special's not in that reference there. But again, it's my annual visit with the Freestone County Commissioners Court on behalf of Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service to let you know how much we appreciate that continued support for the program here, because y'all heard me over and over for the years I've been here. If it weren't for that partnership, the support you have, the agents wouldn't be able to do the program over the years that they've been able to do here in Freestone County, and I can't thank you enough for that support. Also, I bring my newsletter. This year I'm back to 4-H again, highlighting 4-H. We've done emergency management, we've done ag and family community health. This year I'm focusing on 4-H. You can look at the front and highlighting 4-H across all 21 counties in District 8, which Freestone is a part of District 8. On the front, scholarship-wise, y'all know the quality of youth, not only in Freestone, but across District 8. Last year, or each year in June, which next week we'll be doing it, but the Texas 4-H Foundation gives almost over $3 million in scholarships away at State 4-H Roundup. Last year, District 8, 36 4-Hers brought home $421,000 back to District 8. Next week, there'll be less 4-Hers. There'll be 32 4-Hers from District 8, bringing back $435,000 plus back to District 8. Freestone County, one 4-Her from Freestone County will be bringing back 10,000 of that back to Freestone County. Also on the front, you can see the district participation, whether it be ag and natural resources with livestock projects, shooting sports, family community health projects, STEM, leadership, whatever it may be. You can see the participation there in those project areas. You can see the contest participation, and we'll get into specifically Freestone County on the back. But there you can see District 8 is in the top 3 out of all districts in total 4-H enrollment. We're in the top 1 and 2 as far as the scholarship money is concerned. And again, we're a very competitive district when you line us up against any other district. And again, that's because of the support that my Commissioners Court provide the programs in the counties. Then you can see leadership and personal development. You can see the contest there, record books, roundup, and so forth. The other one I wanted to highlight is District 8 Surge, which is our leadership lab. That's a premier leadership program within District 8 that focuses on leadership development of our 4-Hers that are freshmen and above. And that's going to happen in a couple weeks in June. But the thing that camp or lab revolves around is leadership development, and we'll have elections for the 11 officers from all of District 8 4-H members that will aid the agents, the 4-H specialists in providing leadership for the District 4-H program. Freestone County in the past has had officers elected to one of those positions. If I'm not mistaken, there's 1 or 2 going to run for office this year again, right?
No, he'll have to do it next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so we've got one coming up that hopefully he'll give them a run for their money on a leadership position. The most important part is on the back, and that's specific details, facts specific to Freestone County. You can see right now Erin's at 110 members with 3 community clubs and then 2 shooting sports clubs. She's over 95% plus enrollment compared to last year, and we still have 4 months to go in this 4-H year. So I have good confidence that we'll get to 100% enrollment compared to last year. You look at 4-H livestock participation at the major shows, the regional shows like Heart of Texas, and then the big shows, the Freestone County Fair, which that's the marquee event for a lot of the 4-H members, at 69 4-Hers participating. I'm not for sure, but I would guess 4-H has probably 50% plus of the total entries or participation at the county show. And again, that's because of the support you provide and allows Erin to do what she does. Then you can see the leadership and personal development, the Freestone County 4-H Ambassadors. That's a program that Erin initiated here to help give those top level 4-Hers another leadership opportunity. Also, over the years, there's been livestock ambassadors, state ambassadors that have gone through the training, come back and helped Erin with 4-H livestock project trainings. Currently, as of yesterday or last week, another Freestone County 4-Her got selected to participate in the livestock ambassador program. So again, that's a testament to the quality of youth and the program we have. And then you can see a bunch of different events and activities and the participation there. And then on the right, the Ag and Natural Resources, a snapshot of Erin's adult programming, whether it be the Farm and Ranch Seminar in December, the private applicator training that done during the year for producers to get their pesticide license, the Last Chance series, the Wildlife Tax Valuation Program that was held last Friday. I was able to come down. It's a good ways from Stephenville to Gus Engling over there. But we had a good attendance with 25 plus producers or landowners there to learn about wildlife tax valuation, the summer beef cattle program, managing the beef herd, the hay show, the Beekeepers Association, and then too the result demonstrations. Erin works closely with our district or the state entomologist and doing some mosquito demonstrations and housefly demonstrations. And then she's about to start a project with Dr. Tom Hairgrove, our extension veterinarian, on a beef cattle liver flute demonstration. She's going to start working with him. None of this would be possible if it weren't for your support, and I can't tell you enough thank you and appreciation for that support. Y'all know I always got to put a plug in for my conference, Judge and Commissioners Conference in November. Mark it down. It's that first Wednesday, November 2nd. Be there in Waco again at the Education Service Center. I'll always guarantee that lunch. My agents know I'll put my neck on the line for that quality lunch. The last thing I wanted to do, last fall, myself, Dr. Jeff Ripley, my boss, the ag program leader from the Cooperative Extension Program at Prairie View, we met or had a teleconference with Judge Grant. Freestone Anderson, with Freestone being the headquarters, had been identified by the Cooperative Extension Service Program at Prairie View to put an ag agent in this area to serve those two counties, with Freestone being the headquartered county or the main county, and Anderson being outreach. We interviewed one time already back in the fall with 2 applicants. They weren't suitable, which I was glad that they agreed with us because they did not have the background. So it's kind of sad. Well, it popped up again, and they had opened it, and yesterday we interviewed. There were 2 really good applicants. I feel confident that they will select. There will be one that they'll select out of those 2, and I look forward to them starting, I just wanted to make sure, give y'all an update. That is at no cost to the county, other than office space and some secretarial support. Their main focus is ag programming, or ag and natural resource programming with low-income minority producers, because it's the 1892 program through Prairie View University. So whenever we get that individual in here, it's not, I mean, y'all don't have to approve it, but I'm going to get on the agenda myself and the ag program leader, maybe from Prairie View, to introduce that individual. And there were two, like I said, there were two very good. They both were good. One, I think, if they go with her, brings a good bit of experience, you know, with a bachelor's and a master's degree in animal science. So, again, thank y'all very much. I appreciate your support, and if y'all need anything, you know how to get in touch with me.
I need you to send Andy a map about 2 days before that November,
I will make sure.
because I'm not riding with him again.
No, I will make sure. We'll draw it out, you know, we'll draw it out on the piece of paper.
Do not cross lake.
Yeah.
I think I was in Hico at one time.
Holy smokes.
We had a good time, though.
But no, I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate what y'all doing here. Does an excellent job in our county, and we're proud to have her. I remember when she got here, and
How long ago was that, Clyde?
7 years.
10.
It's just been 10, because Cam was.
I was trying to cut some time off the table.
In November, it'll be 10.
And I want to tell you something, just, my son was a livestock investor, and that, where he was, coming from small school, trying to get an A&M, it's tough. Top 10%, 6, 7 kids, and that got him in. I mean.
Well, Aaron, since she started.
I'll never, because Dr. Skaggs wrote him a letter after going down there. We turned around and he wrote Dr. Skaggs a letter, and that's how he got, I will never, because it wasn't, it was.
Well, not only is that program super good for the kids, but Aaron's grabbed a hold of it and selfishly utilized that program to get kids in so they can come back and help her.
Yeah.
And help the Freestone County 4-H program, and it's done really good. So, thank y'all very much.
So thank you for coming.
You bet. Y'all take care.
For us. We will now go to number 18, Grant Works ARP A funds. And I have Judge Grant left me a little memo, a little thing here that says
I called Beth. She said that we did receive an updated contract, but it's already been approved through Commissioner's Court, so we don't have anything to go through today. Because all they needed was Judge Grant to sign.
for this thing here.
Yeah, for the new
Have we
contract
got- have
to update to the.
We already voted to accept 3% if they would.
But we haven't seen the contract. You know what the contract is.
They did, and finally sent the revised contract, which we.
So somebody has seen the revised contract.
You say it,
Judge, from what I was told, Judge received the updated contract for the 3% because it's already been approved and all they needed was her signature, so.
is it in the book, is it in her book?
No, but I could probably find it.
We have to sign something.
We've already approved it.
We approved it. But it's gonna be, I guess, so whatever they were asking the first time, what percentage were they asking at first? Do you remember?
5 something.
Okay, so they have agreed, they amended the contract.
583,
They've amended the contract to now to do it for 3%. So they will be doing, Grant Works will be doing that for 3% instead of the last one first. So
But it still ain't no time.
get that before we can move forward, with requests.
That's what they want.
Still ain't up to speed.
I mean, what I guess we need to do is we don't need to do this other for information, because they're going down to 3.
Because we've already approved it, we can say no action on that.
Comments from Commissioner Court members? Any comments? Fair week's coming.
Yeah.
Good big deal, a lot of folks in town, a lot of things going on at the fairgrounds, real good deal. It's always a big thing in Freestone County. This parade starts on that Monday. And other activities go to Saturday nights.
So you'll have a lot of entertainment.
Anybody else have anything?
I make a motion with adjourn.
I'll say.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, aye? Aye.
Joe,